Heidi Ho, this is Miss Becca, the Shadow Healer here, and I wanted to come and talk to you based on some things that have come up with several of my clients in the work that I'm currently doing. And part of that is the unspoken energy that happens around abuse that causes us to freeze or not be able to move. This can happen in family dynamics. This shows up a lot in family dynamics and abuse situations. And what I'm talking about here is the energy of that immobility. There's a pervasive energy around not being able to move, where it's like, if I breathe, he'll hear me. If I move my eyes, he's gonna know. So I just have to stay here and not move and not breathe. Or when we're suffering some other kind of abuse where it's just like, just freeze and let it happen, just get it over with, just whatnot. And there is a demonstrative energy to that type of pervasive holding of you so that it can suck your energy out. And part of why I'm talking about this is because I want you to know that it's real. Like, you're not crazy. A lot of the times we're over here in the land of, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I should have run. Oh, I should have gotten out of there. Oh, I should have whatever. But the truth of the matter is, when you're in it, you can't move. There is something telling you that if you move, you're going to die. This is going to be the same kind of energy, mind you. If you've ever gone into like a haunted house or something and you walk in and you feel that same, like, get out the minute you feel that. This is all in that same kind of area. Energy is real and you are feeling the truth of something. And a lot of the times what you're feeling is living in the hidden realms of what is not being spoken to. My friend calls it the beyond. There's a person whose name I should have looked up before here, but their last name is Beyond, B-I-O-N, who talks about this in their work. So look it up and check it out. I want to say Winifred, but I don't think that's right. And it's everything unspoken that goes underground that may eventually pop up later, or pop up where it's like you said something you didn't mean to say and you don't know why you said it, but there's this underlying energy that is building up in you. If you've ever noticed yourself in a circle, you're sitting there and there's like something that's not being said and you have this absolute compulsion to need to say it. And then you either do or you don't. That is the beyond at work. It's the white space. It's what isn't being spoken to. So what is happening in a lot of these situations is, especially in abusive situations, is there's a need that whoever is getting all the attention has. And there's this pervasive, like, nobody's going to move because I need this right now. Whatever that is. Could be the abuser, could be something else, could be when people are holding court and you feel like you can't move. At least I call it holding court. And you know if you get up and leave, they're going to be like, what did you just do? I got up and I left. Like, why is that such a big deal? But it is a big deal in that moment, and you know it because you can feel it. For me, it always feels like there's this elephant like sitting on my chest. And it's like, I can't breathe, I can't move. Don't draw any attention to myself. What's happening is you're being sucked on. Your energy is being sucked on. You're being held down and your energy is being sucked on, which is why you feel like you can't move. And there's this level of fear in the air that says, if I move, this person's going to get me. This person's going to make me wrong, shame me, humiliate me, whatever, judge me, call me out, or whatever. And part of us is sucked into this dynamic, believes that it's our fault. Like, if we get called in on that, our first response is to say, I'm sorry. Why? Why are you sorry? You did nothing wrong. And a lot of this is not logical. It's just a pattern that we get in. And part of why I wanted to just bring this in here is because I want you guys to know that this pattern is real. And it is not logical. None of this has anything to do with logic. So when your mind is over there sitting here telling you, oh, I should have done this, or oh, I should have done that, It's real easy for the mind to say that because it's not the one that's being sat on. Your energy is. Your emotions are. Your mind is not the thing. Your mind is still talking to you if you notice when all this stuff is going on. Why can't I leave? Why can't I move? God, I want to get out of here. I can't. Why can't I move my legs? Why can't I just get up and go? Why am I not running? I have enough mental capacity to have this conversation with myself, but I don't have any capacity below the neck to get up and change what I'm doing. You ever notice that? If you experience this, you know what I'm talking about. This can't judge this for what it's doing on autopilot. This is your nervous system. Everything that's happening below your neck is not logical when it comes to this situation. It is your system reacting to a threat, what it needs to do to be safe and what it needs to do to survive. But knowing that this is a real thing actually gives you power. It gives you power to be able to shift it. It gives you power to be able to shift what your mind is saying to actually serve you. So if you can get this talking to this, instead of worrying about why or beating yourself up for not getting somewhere, you can get out of this a little bit better. You can have more power, let's say. So one of the techniques that you might be able to use to get out of this is, instead of that energy that's going, why can't I move? Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Oh my God, just move, and beat yourself up. Use it to tell yourself something. Use it to notice, oh, my body can't move. Like, can you just acknowledge that that's true? Instead of beating it up for why I can't. My body can't move. What am I noticing? I'm feeling threatened. There's a fear that if I move, something bad is going to happen. And check that situation out, because for some of you, it might be true. And for some of you, it might not be true. It might just be, again, a family dynamic that's set up where it's like, or somebody holding court where it's like, well, if she moves, she's not paying attention, I'm going to shame her for that. Well, shame me for whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom. I have every right to do that in the middle of a conversation. I can't help it. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is you identified that you did something wrong and you feel responsible. You're not doing anything wrong. So let yourself off the hook for that and know that that isn't real. You aren't doing anything wrong. No one has the right to hold you down and suck on you physically or energetically, period. And the other thing that's weird about this energy is that when you're in it, you're fully in it. And when you've left it, it feels like it was never real at all. So it's like you've entered this other dimensional space. And you kind of had, because you've entered the space where you have become more attuned to the energy than your physicality. And then when you come back to the physical, the energetic is much less present. But you're in the middle of a machine that has learned how to run with you in it. And it's conditional, right? And it just happens. The minute you get around these people or this person or whatever it is, it's like, it just starts running on autopilot. And you fall into the place of the role that you have been conditioned and learned to play to either keep yourself safe or to connect, or both. So to do anything outside of the norm in here is to be breaking a pattern. And when you break patterns like this, it does have immediate consequences. When you're in the energetic space, people can feel you. They know energetically. If you've looked away without even looking at you, they can tell, right? Because they're attuned. It's a highly energized situation. And yet you still have rights to what you want to do with your body in those situations, as long as it's safe to do so. So just notice that, like, there's an amnesia point where it was like, oh my God, this was so real. And then all of a sudden it's like not even real. There's a whole complete split in there between these two energies. Because one is the trauma conditioning. And the other is absence of remembering what that is. Because why would you want to focus on that when you're not there? So I hope this is helpful to you guys, because part of it is just like, I really want to see and witness you guys here. For anybody who's experiencing this, this isn't something a lot of people talk about or a lot of people know about. And it's something that is definitely one of my fortes, because I've been in this for a really long time. And so I love being able to speak to the fact that I know that it's real, to give other people hope and comfort, and bring awareness to everything that you're feeling in that space where you feel like you have nothing and can't do anything is real. And that feeling of, if I move, I die, is real. Like, I just want to see you there, and I want you to know that that's real, because if you know that it's real, you know there's a way out. And if you're interested in knowing more about that, feel free to contact me. You can check me out at my website at www.bridging-realms.com. It's a lot to say. So check me out there. Hit me up. Join my email newsletter if you want, once a month, and I will talk to you later. All right.